Hi all, today we will see how to install Docker Desktop in Windows 10. Before installing Docker Desktop on this VM, so two prerequisites that we need to install. Um, One is the Hyper-V and the second one is virtualization that we need to enable. Okay, so how do we check whether this Hyper-V and virtualization both are exist on this VM or not? Okay, first I will show you the Hyper-V whether it is installed or not. So if you go to control panel, I'm going to control panel and going to programs and go to sorry, turn Windows features on or off. If you go here, so you can see the Hyper-V. So still it is not yet installed on this Azure VM Windows 10. So for what we will do, we need to do this installation before installing Docker Desktop. Okay, the second one, the virtualization. How do we know whether this particular VM uh, enabled with virtualization or not? There's a simple way to do that. So if you go to Task Manager and if you go to Performance and you can see the virtualization, so that should exist over here and it should be enabled here, that will be available here. Okay, so as of now both the prerequisites are not exist on this VM, so we need to do the installation. Okay, so first we will enable this Hyper-V. So I just installing this. Okay, so once we selected, we just going to install this. It will take time. The installation has now completed. Now the VM needs to be restarted. After, after installation of Hyper-V, I restarted the PC and now you can see all the selected features has now been installed. Okay, and also let's see whether the virtualization is enabled or not. So if you go to Task Manager and go to Performance, and you can see after the installation of Hyper-V, the virtualization has now been enabled. Suppose if there is virtualization is not enabled, there are multiple ways to enable that and that you can do, and there is a lot of links there using a BIOS setup. If you go to BIOS and you can enable the virtualization on the VM. Okay. Okay, so we have all the prerequisites. Now we this is time for to install Docker Desktop. So I have downloaded the Docker Desktop setup from this link, and it is there. Now I'm going to install that. So double click it, and it will take some time. So after starting the initialization of this setup, it will display as below. Mm. You just continue clicking on OK and it will start downloading the packages. After downloading the packages, it will start install the packages and you will get this particular screen after successfully installed on this VM. Now you have to close and restart the VM. After restarting the VM, you can see the Docker desktop shortcut will be available on the desktop, and as soon as you restart at the startup, the Docker desktop icon you can see here, and also in the taskbar it will be starting. You can see here now the Docker desktop has started and it is running now, and by default it will be running on Linux containers. So if you want to change that to Windows container, there is an option. So you can right click it and you can see switch to Windows container. So if you click on Windows container, yes, switch it, and it will start switching to Windows container. Yeah, after switching, it successfully switched to Windows container. So you can see here Docker desktop is running successfully. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.